Hello everyone, today we're going to be talking about appropriate use and internet predators and how we can prevent them and what we can do to keep students safe from these types of problems. So the first thing that we're going to look at is what internet predators kind of are. Um, they are a main risk that parents and teachers should be concerned about when students and children are online because they cause so many problems and everything. Um, there's a lot of ways that predators can get information from children, such as chat rooms or social media sites or something like that. But there's many things that teachers and parents want to do to help, but they just don't know how to help keep their students safe on the internet. Um, One of the things that America has done is there's a TV show called To Catch a Predator, and in that show, the people in charge set up a scam kind of a adult person pretending to be a child and catching or tricking a predator into meeting them because they think they're going to be meeting a little kid. Um, and then when that happens, the police are waiting at the meeting place, and when the predator gets there, they are arrested. So that's one thing that people have kind of done to try and make people more aware of the problems um, that these people can cause. Um, I have several statistics. It said from one of my sources I found is 61% of students use the internet inappropriately. So that could be multiple different things. Um, and 67% of students in high school and middle school um, don't tell their parents what they're doing. So the parents are completely unaware of what their children are doing on the internet. And 30% of students um, hid what they were doing from their parents. So they could have been doing something illegal or inappropriate. They don't know, and their parents don't know because they hid it. A couple more statistics: 31% of 50 12th graders can get past internet filters. So even when parents are trying to help their kids by using a filter, it doesn't always work because most kids can get past it. And one more, 12% of high school students have met face to face with someone they met online, which is kind of scary because you don't know who these people are going to be or what they are doing, why they're meeting with high school students. Some of the solutions that we can do to try and help children who differ on the internet is we can limit time on the internet, not only at school but at home as well, and make sure that the kids are staying on safe websites, such as like library websites. They had a lot of cool things on there. Um, News websites. I know that doesn't sound very exciting to younger kids, but more high school students, that's a good resource for papers and that kind of stuff. Um, Also, like Nickelodeon has a website where kids can go and play games and that kind of stuff to make sure that they're more legit websites and are safe. And another thing is setting up a filter on the computer, but as the statistics said earlier, a percentage of students can get past filters, so those don't solve all problems. You need to still monitor what the kids are doing on the internet and make sure it's not bad or anything like that. Also, You can make sure that kids avoid chat rooms because they meet all kinds of different people in chat rooms and you don't really know who their profile is. Like, there could be a 40-year-old man pretending to be a 10-year-old girl. It just kind of depends, so they're not safe in chat rooms because you don't know who you're talking to. Also, to make sure that kids know chat rooms are pretty much like talking to a stranger on the street. I mean, you don't want your kid to just walk up and start talking to strangers, so it's kind of the same thing in a chat room. Also, not to give out personal information on the internet, such as name, address, social security number, anything like that that could be used to steal identities or personal information like that, so people could find you or your kids on or in real life. You don't want some stalker outside your window stalking your little kid. Some of the resources are there are a bunch of resources for kids and parents and teachers to help them be more safe. There are a bunch of websites that are just focused on internet safety, such as websiteissafe.org. It's a very cool website and has all kinds of information about being safe. Also, a website that I liked a lot was the netsmarts.kids. They had a bunch of different games and stuff, and depending on how old the kids were, it was more focused towards their age group. Like littler kids will do more games and characters saying don't talk to strangers and that kind of stuff. And then for high schoolers, more articles and still some games, but not near as little kitty. But there are bunches of websites that promote internet safety. There's also a lot of companies trying to promote internet safety, like Disney has a very interactive website that has games and information for kids to have a safe website to go to. YouTube is also a very safe website for the most part. I mean, there's always going to be some videos, they get through that are a little sketchy and you're not quite sure about. But for the most part, YouTube is really safe and wanting to promote internet safety. And then governments are also trying to help people be safe on the internet. The Australian government has a pretty cool website that has a bunch of things about internet safety and games and articles and things to help try and keep children safe. These are a list of my resources where I got information and stuff for my handout, this Prezi, and my paper. If you guys have any questions, feel free to ask. But other than that, I think I'm done discussing. For a recap, we're just talking about what we can do to keep kids safe with the appropriate use in the internet predators, and there's just so many things on the internet today that's not safe for kids, but the internet is a good resource and you have to learn how to use it properly because it's not going to go away. Today in society we are an internet-based people because there's just so much you can do with it. So learning to use it safely is the best thing we can do to help our kids.